Hey, welcome back to the Built for the Trades podcast. I'm your host, Stan Dowdy, and today we're going to talk everything mentorship. Not only how to choose a mentor, get the most out of mentorship, but also how to mentor other people. So my question to start is, who's mentoring you right now? Over the years, I've realized one of the greatest investments I ever made wasn't in my business. It was in the people who poured into my life. And now I have a business mentor, a leadership mentor, a spiritual mentor. But I didn't start with three, I started with one. Different mentors can help you grow in different areas of your life, because here's the truth. You can't lead at your highest level if you're trying to grow by yourself. Great leaders never stop learning. They are intentional. They put themselves under the influence of wise people. So I first want to talk about how important it is to have somebody pouring into your life. One of the most valuable relationships is with my pastor. Twice a month, we sit down over lunch. He mentors me through the lens of Scripture. Those conversations have become one of the most important appointments on my calendar, not because he's giving me all the answers, but because he's helping me see life from God's perspective. Every leader needs someone who can speak truth into their life, someone who isn't impressed by your title, someone who cares more about your character than they do your success. Because leadership can be lonely, and mentorship doesn't eliminate the challenges, but it keeps you from facing them alone. But here's something I've learned early on about getting the most out of my mentor, and that is to respect your mentor by showing up prepared. It doesn't just show up to those meetings and hope for a good conversation. You don't want to just do that. You want to prepare, you want to bring updates, you want to bring questions, challenges, things you're working through, and things I need wisdom on. And I learned that from my mentor, John Maxwell. He shared a story in one of his books about his mentor, John Wooden, and how if he did not show up prepared for that relationship, John wouldn't mentor him. And now John does the same thing. It says something about great leaders and the value that you put into that relationship. So preparation shows humility, it shows respect, and it shows you're ready to grow. And the more intentional you are before the conversation, the more value the conversation becomes. It's also important to understand what mentorship actually is. So I'm going to separate training from coaching from mentoring. And people often use those terms and they kind of throw it around. But today I want to kind of define what that looks like. Training teaches skills. Coaching improves performance. But mentorship, it shares life. A mentor shares experiences, mistakes, lessons, perspective, not because they want to impress you, but because they want to help you. They want to help you avoid those unnecessary pain points and become the leader you're capable of becoming. Sometimes one conversation with a mentor can save you years of frustration, and that is the value of wisdom. I'm going to give you an example of some wisdom that really changed my perspective, and it changed my whole life. I remember talking with one of my mentors about life, and I told him, man, I got these small kids. I can't wait till they get older. I'm going to have so much time. It's going to be the best season of my life when they get out of the house. And he looked at me straight in the eyes and said, you are in the best season of your life right now. Don't miss it. That one sentence changed how I saw my family. Instead of always chasing the next milestone, I started slowing down, being more present, enjoying the small moments, even if they were frustrating. That's what mentorship does. It doesn't just give you information, it gives you perspective, and sometimes perspective changes everything. So here's what I encourage you to do this week. First, I want you to ask yourself this question. Who is speaking wisdom into your life right now? If you don't have a mentor, find one. If you have one, honor that relationship by showing up prepared. And if you've been leading for a while, maybe it's time for you to become a mentor for someone else that you know. Because leadership was never meant to be walked alone. And if this episode encouraged you to get a mentor or to be a mentor, please subscribe to the Built for the Trades podcast. It helps us grow our podcast organically. And if you know somebody else who's a leader in the trades that could benefit from hearing this message, please share. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later.